Hi everyone, thanks for being with me. I'm doing a series of videos today, and because there's so much happening in the United States and also in Australia, and I'm really interested in Australia's response to this. And there was just a moment ago came out a brief update, which is titled Dutton. Trump is a big thinker. Dutton, for whatever reason, is supporting Donald Trump. And one of the other issues that came out too was that Albanese was asked about what he thought about the Gaza issue, and chose not to respond. The politicians at some point in Australia have to bite the bullet. Bad analogy, but they have to do something to be able to make a statement about what the government thinks of what's happening in the US and what they particularly think of Donald Trump. The fact that we are fearful of repercussions because we are afraid to criticise him is woeful in itself. We need to have the guts to be able to say what most of us, particularly those of us on the left, are thinking in relation to what's happening in the United States in general, and particularly now that they've made these decisions about purchasing Gaza. Not to mention that, but Greenland and Panama Canal and Canada and all the other crazy things that Trump's espousing. So we need to make a stand, and we need to do what we can in order to combat what's happening in the US at the moment. And I do suggest that you subscribe to my channel and ring the bell for any further notifications. So just this little bit about Dutton I thought was interesting, so I'll put this on the screen for you. Trump is a big thinker. I'm trying to think of an appropriate way of describing Trump's thinking, and the best I can say is that he has these thought bubbles. No research, no understandings about geopolitical issues, no understanding or empathy towards how any of his decisions may affect other people. He could not care about other people, which is really disturbing given that so many millions of people voted for him, but he doesn't care about any of them to be in reality. So Peter Dutton says US President Donald Trump brings gravitas to the Middle East and conflict, and that he is a big thinker. The opposition leader made these comments in response to Trump's statement the US should take over Gaza. And he told 2GB, what's gone before us has failed. The quote is, I think Trump generally wants to see a chance for peace. He wants to see people not living in squalor. Trump couldn't give a shit about whether people were living in squalor or not. Couldn't give a damn. So when you make these sort of comments, you kind of got to wonder where Dutton's head is at. What he thinks is actually going on here. He has no idea, and he has no understanding of who Trump is. But living in the safe environment with good housing for their children. Why, Dutton, I believe these sort of statements should disqualify you from being Prime Minister itself. They're bizarre. He's a big thinker and a deal maker. He's not become a president of the United States for a second time by being anything other than shrewd. Well, there's no disputing that. He certainly is shrewd. But that doesn't make him a good person, neither does it make him a good policy maker. It makes him an idiot, and he is. And we need to just we don't have to look any further than what's happening with regard to Elon Musk in the United States. Would you, Dutton, think that having an Elon Musk character, say Clive Palmer, say Rena Rinehart, would you suggest that having those people controlling and governing what happens in our social security system, Centrelink, Medicare, would you suggest that it would be a good idea to have people come through and clean out the system and gather as much data on all of us as what they're doing in the United States? I don't think you would. So why aren't you objecting to that sort of stuff, those sort of Trumpian ideology, if you like, if there is such a thing. It's almost an oxymoron to think that Trump has any ideology apart from self-interest. But what do you generally think about that, Dutton? And the same goes for Albanese. Albanese needs to make a stand against what's happening in this particular issue because it's a Gaza issue. It's an issue that does affect all of us. It will affect, if people choose to leave Gaza and they immigrate to Australia, then, that's the policy that is going to affect us, which Dutton's already made a stand against by insisting that everybody that comes from Gaza to Australia belongs to Hamas. So these are real issues that our leaders need to grapple with and have the guts and the courage to speak up against. This is so, so important. But clearly they won't, simply because they're fearful of whatever Trump may do to retaliate. So remember to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell for further notifications. That would be absolutely fantastic.